On January 24, a sudden and powerful citywide blackout struck Greenland's capital, Nuuk, plunging all 20,000 residents into complete darkness for hours overnight. Electricity supplies collapsed around 10:30 p.m., cutting power to homes, streetlights, and even emergency services across the normally well-lit Arctic city. The state-run power company Nuuk said the outage was triggered by exceptionally strong winds that caused a major transmission line failure. In a late-night update, Nuuk confirmed that supply was gradually being restored through an emergency power station located within Nuuk itself. Internet watchdog NetBlocks recorded a steep drop in connectivity across Greenland during the blackout, reporting that the impact was severe and centered on Nuuk. For several hours, residents were left with no electricity, patchy internet access, and very little information about what had caused the citywide failure. The timing of the blackout was especially tense, coming just as Donald Trump had renewed his rhetoric about seizing Denmark's strategic Arctic territory of Greenland. Thousands of people have taken to the streets in both Greenland and Denmark, protesting loudly against any suggestion of a US takeover plan for the island. Trump has framed his interest in Greenland as a defensive move, arguing that Russian and Chinese activity in the Arctic makes the island critical to America's security. The power failure came just days after Trump publicly boasted about a secret US weapon he called the Discombobulator, hinting its capabilities could shut down enemy technology. In an interview with the New York Post, Trump claimed the Discombobulator was a decisive factor behind his force's successful capture of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro on January 3. Trump explained that the classified device made enemy equipment not work, disabling defenses as American helicopters closed in on Caracas during the covert raid. Reports from within Venezuela confirmed that their radar systems mysteriously failed moments before US drones appeared and took control of the airspace. Technical sources described the Discombobulator as a pulsed energy weapon capable of blinding or frying enemy electronics within seconds by emitting directed bursts of energy. Trump told the Post, and I quote, "The Discombobulator. I'm not allowed to talk about it. They never got their rockets off. They had Russian and Chinese rockets, and they never got one off. We came in, they pressed buttons and nothing worked. They were all set for us." At the World Economic Forum in Davos on January 21, Trump announced plans for a new NATO framework intended to secure and protect Greenland under Allied agreement. Following private talks with NATO leaders, Trump temporarily paused the February 1 tariffs he had threatened to impose on European allies as leverage over Greenland status. Denmark quickly condemned the announcement, stressing that NATO's Secretary-General cannot negotiate on behalf of the United States in any territorial matter. Greenland's leaders reiterated their firm position that the island's future is the sole right of Greenlanders to decide and cannot be bargained away by outsiders.